Hey there, honey bunnies. Welcome to episode 74. Let's redefine productive. Many of my clients are going through mini meltdowns. Okay, that's what happens, right? I just reposted an article on my Facebook page, The Shit Between You and It. This is the process of building a business or a relationship or losing weight or whatever it is that you're doing. The starting is the easy part. We get excited about the idea. We have all our plans. We know it's easy, like the task: build a website, build a list, start small, grow your business. It's easy on paper. And then you go through it and the website doesn't work. And then the list doesn't grow like you think it should. Or you can't figure out how to do a sales funnel. Or you can't figure out why you keep not following your food plan or why you refuse to exercise. Someone I really care about who's building a business and is also a client at the moment said she stayed home to be productive today, but then fell apart. And I am like, but that is productive. This is the shit between you and it. When you set a goal, you're not there yet, and there's a reason you're not there. And how will you know why you're not there if there's no time and space for this stuff to come up and punch you in the jaw or squeeze your heart till you think you're going to explode? Like, this is part of it. The emotional blow ups when things keep going, air quotes, wrong, because they're not wrong. This is just normal. We freak out about it. We get kicked into our familiar bad feeling place. We don't want to do it and we want to quit because it's so fucking hard. It is hard. It is hard. This is productive. Having a day where you cry and stay in your pajamas and you refuse to look at your business, that is your body saying enough already. You have pushed. You didn't listen to the prior signs that were like, hey, maybe you should take an afternoon off. And you were like, no, I got to. I'm not saying this is what she did, but this is what I've done. No, you've got to get in there and watch another WordPress video, and you've got to call Bluehost and figure out what the fuck. Right? I didn't listen often. Don't listen to the earlier ones. They're like, man, I don't want to work on this today. And then because your body's like, you need to take a break. Something's trying to come up, or something is trying to develop that's going to make your business even stronger. But we're in there mucking about and tangling everything up. And so then you hit a breaking point where you're just like, fuck all this noise. I don't want anything to do with it. I hate all of you. I hate myself. I hate you. I hate my business. I don't know why I even decided to do this. This is the dumbest idea I ever had. I can't even believe I started this. And now look at all the money I've wasted. And everyone hates my stuff. And I can't do anything right. Whatever your theme song is. Everybody has a theme song. It's connected to your familiar bad feeling place. It's your mental refrain that plays when you hit that point. Nobody helps me. I can't do anything right. My work is shit. Nobody loves me. Like, whatever it is. I'm never going to get my food under control. I'm just a loser. A loser. I had to put that in there. So, you know what I mean? I was singing that Beck song too, but then it'll be stuck in your head all day. Okay, no, I won't do it. I was going to launch into song, but I won't. So, it's normal. And it's easy for other people to go, hey, man, that's just part of building a business. You're going to have days like this. But in the moment is when you lose your mind. And that's exactly what should happen. You just lose your mind. And your body is like, if you go anywhere near that computer, I'm going to trip you on the way. And then you're going to be dealing with a broken ankle. You want that? No? Well, then start crying and go sit down and watch TV. You have to put notes up. You have to have support. You have to be in community with other people, men or women, who are going through this same process, so that when you fall off the cliff, they can holler down to you, you'll hit bottom, it's okay. And we can throw a box of tissues after you, and we can throw some snacks and a nice San Pellegrino water bottle. Because probably if you're stressed, you're not drinking enough water anyway. We can throw a bag of baby carrots down on you. Right? It's so funny to me because I'm doing the same thing in a different way. It's another level of my business. I'm in coaching with Steph Lagana, and also doing work with Corey Michelle at both for her clients and also as a client. I'm getting it from all directions, and it's breaking me down too. I've had a meltdown the last couple of days. I had another mini meltdown yesterday. I woke up today with a rager of a headache. I'm having to go back and reprocess all the PTSD and secondary trauma syndrome I had from my jobs as a child protection caseworker. And then when I left social work under, dealing with a caseload that I was screaming to admins was killing me and wasn't being heard. I'm not bitter though. I won't be bitter after this weekend. I didn't know how bitter I still was, and I didn't know how overwhelming how my response to my client base increasing was triggering old social work stuff when the client load would literally kill people. When every social worker in the unit was on some sort of medication. Our social work system is so fucked up. It destroys people. It just mows them down. It hurts the workers. It hurts the families. It's a mess. We do the best we can. Caseworkers do. But it's a mess. The system is broken. So all that's coming up. Client load increases. I start acting like I got PTSD again. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why am I acting like a freak? Why am I like walking around here all hunched over and tense and scared? Like, what's going on with me? I don't see that stuff. That's why I have a coach. That's why you've got to be in a group. And this is happening to the women in From Wounded to Wise, because that's what that course is about. Let's go back in time and pick up the wisdom out of those previous woundings. Well, what happens is in the going back, we're like, that thing you thought was healed. Now, here's another chunk of it. That's okay. We'll clear it out. We'll move through it. And we'll pull the wisdom, the gifts, the gems, the jewels, the beautiful, sparkling wonder out of those events. And we'll put that in our business and we'll go forward. If you're out there, I'm so proud actually of the women who are asking for extra help, who are like, man, I'm falling apart. I don't even know what the hell I'm doing. This is stupid. I'm just going to throw it all in the garbage. Right? It takes a lot of guts to ask for help. And a lot of us don't. If you're out there trying to build a business or grow a podcast or start an email list or whatever it is you're doing, or, get through the day without eating food that hurts you. If you're trying to do that lone wolf style, gut it out, suck it up, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. You'll fall apart and you'll feel defective and broken, and it will delay your success. Success comes from sticking it out. If you just don't give up, you will find your success. It might not look like what you thought it was going to look like. And you may have a lot of angsty agony days. In fact, you will have angsty agony days. Because when you set a goal, the shit comes up. There's reasons that you're not there where you want to be. And when that shit comes up and you need to take a day away from your business, or you need to be conscious and mindful of your overeating and watch yourself while you're doing it, when you're digging your heels in and refusing to do the things that would make you feel better, that is productive. That is a goal related activity. It's the one we don't write on the paper, right? Goal, make 100K in my business. Action steps, website, email list, posting schedule, freak out and cry, overeat, maybe drink too much, go back to the website, write another blog post, pick myself up off the couch. We forget to put that in our task list, our action steps. Build a business, lose weight, find the love of my life, all the stuff. Task. Better put crying and having a freak out on your task list, because you know it's coming. It has to. How else is the log jam across your river of, gifts that you're here to give the world? How else is that going to get busted up so that the energy can flow? We can't wish it away. We can't think it away. We can't say, well, I'm just going to ignore that because I'm too strong, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to think positive and just ignore my shadow wolf clawing at the front door. You can do it for a while, and good luck to you. Because when we ignore it, howling at the door, it gets louder and louder and louder. If you stay fixed on your goal enough, you quit, then the noise dies down. So you have that option. Oh man, I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to go through this pain. I don't want to experience this chaos. I don't want to go back to 1996 when I was first getting traumatized as a caseworker. Even worse, I don't want to go back to 1985 when I was an EMT for 2 years and just man, wow. No preparation, no training, nothing. 18 years old. Devastated by the amount of blood and death and all the stuff that they don't tell you about. And at that time, they didn't support you with either. I don't know what they're doing now, but at that time, it was still, what's wrong with you? Everyone's overweight, alcoholic, smoking 3 packs a day. And they're like, what's wrong with you? You're like, what? What do you mean, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with you? I don't want to go back and revisit all that crap and clean it up. But I have a goal, and this is in my way. That means I have to face it. That means I have to hurt. Not forever. It's clean when you face it with consciousness. If you're like heading for a goal and the walls are closing in and nothing's going right, and you feel it churning, go back and listen to the podcast, Welcome to the Churn. Change is not fun, y'all. It's not. There are parts of it that hurt like a motherfucker, and you are going to want to quit. And like I said, you can quit and it will all come to a halt until you go try to do something else. So you might as well face it now. As hard as it is, as much as it hurts, as awful as it is to have to reach out for help and say, I feel like a whiny putz right now, or whatever you need to name out loud. Oh, I'm stuck in my victim thinking. I'm aware of my victim thinking, which is also a bummer. I'm embarrassed by what I'm finding buried in my head. That takes guts. That's why most people don't do it. That's why most people quit. That's why very few entrepreneurs stick it out long enough. If you've got a bunch of stuff that you have to deal with, building your business is going to take you longer. If you have an expectation of a time frame, you might as well flush that down the toilet right now. Because you don't know what's in your way until you aim and start taking action toward that goal. Then it's going to come racing up and knock you off your feet. You have to build in systems that remind you not to fall asleep again. I did this when I was leaving social work in 2000. I left in 2004 for the first time, and I went back like a crazy person. But I went forward every couple of weeks in my planner, and I wrote notes to myself. It's like I stepped into the future, and I knew I would fall asleep again. I knew it. So I would write myself notes. Hey, wake up. Remember 2 weeks ago. Wake up. What are you doing right now? And then I would set a cell phone alarm. At that time, I actually didn't have a cell phone. It was an email alert that you could get from one of the coaching websites. You could get an email alert several times a day. So I had an email alert coming in 4 times a day. Hey, wake up. Remember. It would just say that in the title. Wake up. Remember. Focus. What are you thinking about right now? It was very simple. Remember. 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 Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's our natural tendency as a human being on this here planet Earth to fall asleep a lot. And so, but here's the good news. You can build those systems in so that you stay awake. I have a freebie on my website. Actually, I have a whole folder full of free shit on the website. If you go sign up for the newsletter, you get access to this folder. And there's a bunch of stuff in it, but one of the things that I really love the most is that it's a little PDF. It's just simple booklet, 8 ways to make your change permanent or something. I forget the title. I wrote the damn thing and can't even remember the title. But it's 8 different ways. It talks about the process of change. It talks about the cyclical nature of it. At those times, when I wrote it, I wasn't quite as direct as I am now. Now I'm like, we don't have time to be screwing around. Go have a cry day, feel your pain, face your demons, and then when you're ready, get back up and try again. But it has 8 different ways to build in a system for yourself. Different 8 tactics that you can use to stay awake, to remember what you're doing, to remind yourself to break the pattern. Anything you can do to break your pattern of falling asleep and ending up in your familiar bad feeling place, anything you can do to break that pattern helps you. Do one thing different. Couples counseling is all about that. All couples who end up in counseling have a pattern of an argument. The words and the situation might change, but the theme stays the same. So you always tell them, do one thing different. If your pattern is this, go the opposite way. And every time you do, you make space for change. Okay, so if your pattern is to overwhelm yourself by trying to do too much and not hear your body saying you need to take a break, to not drink enough water, to stay at the computer too long, to stress out over how long it's taking, to look at your numbers more than once a week and freak yourself out, to tell yourself what a loser you are. If that's your pattern, then you've got to put it in your calendar. Hey, remember, you have a pattern of wanting to quit when things get hard. Do something different. Talk to yourself differently. Go watch a Byron Katie, We Love, Hate Her video. Go scoot around Marketing for Hippies. Go find Corey Michelle. Go get in Steph Lagana's Your Sacred Craft free Facebook group. All this stuff is available to you for free. Set yourself up for success. Plan for the meltdown. Plan for when you trip and fall in the pile of shit between you and it, between your goal. It's gonna happen. Plan for it. Know it's coming. So when it does, you already have support for yourself. It doesn't mean, I think sometimes people think, well, I'm going to plan for it. I'm going to put up my post-it notes. I'm going to set my cell phone, and then I won't have to feel the pain. Capital W, wrong. You set up the system so that you can feel the pain and not completely derail yourself, not end up on the strip in Vegas on a 5-day bender and not know how you even got there, or not wake up to crumbs all over your lap because you ate a shit ton of food and you were so unconscious you don't remember it. Or you start a fight with anybody who will fight with you just so you can release the tension and not have to deal with it. The systems are there so that you can fall into your shit and be supported while you're hurting. They're not there to bypass the hurting, the hurty hurt. It hurts. It hurts so bad. It does. Man, it does. And when you face it with consciousness and permission to feel, it's pretty quick. It goes through pretty quick. You take your day off, you do what you need to do, you go for a hike or watch TV, whatever it is, you step away from whatever the problem is, give yourself a break, let yourself hurt, and then come on back and ask yourself, okay, what can I learn from that? What did I need to hear? Now, what can I take from that? When have I felt this before? When's the first time I felt this? And if the answer's at 2 years old, then take that answer and go with it. Okay, your body is telling you all the time how to pace yourself. What you need to feel that's blocking you from your goal. The memory that needs to be revisited so that you can pull a big chunk of wisdom out of it that you need in order to get to your goal. I'm in so much pain, I can't get to my goal. No, all this pain is how you get to your goal. You have to move through it. It's what's in the way. But it's not a fence that you can walk around. It's a fence you have to say, all right, shadow. All right, you snarly, slobbery, rabid wolf. All right, this burning shame and pain that I don't want to feel ever. Swing the door open and you bring him in. And you'll think you're going to die. I can't take it. That's what I hear a lot, even as a therapist, and also, I can't take it. I can't handle it. It's too much. Nonsense. It's only too much when you tell yourself it's too much. Don't tell me it's too much because you already lived through it. This is a shadow of what's left behind. You already survived it. You already came out of it. You're just circling back now to clean it up and get the goodies that are there. So of course you can take it. You already took it. And it was worse back then because you didn't know what was happening. Now you're on the other side. So sidestepping the pain is just delaying the inevitable if you're going to keep going toward that goal. That's why it's coming up. Change your goal then if you don't want to face the pain. But if it's a soul impulse, if it's a soul-led goal, you're just going to circle back to it in a month, a year, 2 years from now. But that pain is still going to be there. So come on, ladies and gentlemen, let's buckle up and just go on into it. I know you can do it because you already did it. I know you can do it because everybody can do it if you stay with it. A feeling, the energy of a feeling is not going to kill you. It's your head that says that, and that has to be challenged. Leave yourself a post-it note. Feelings cannot kill me. Feelings are energy and nothing more. So that when your mind is like, I can't take it, I can't, you can be like, that's actually not true. You have to counter those feelings with kindness and compassionate honesty. Let me stress compassionate honesty. Validate your pain first. Acknowledge, my God, how did I ever get through that? Oh my God, the things I've seen. How will I ever be able to get through this again? Validate. This hurts. This is horrible. I hate this so much. Why? Validate, validate, validate. Cry, do all the things, and then go, okay, all right, now what are my thoughts saying? And what's being presented to me that's in the way of me achieving what I want to achieve? And now how can I plan for this next time? What's the wisdom here? What am I learning? Okay? And then you go on until the next round hits. If you want to do what you say you want to do, this is part of it. So it's perfectly normal. You absolutely can handle it. And you'll handle it a lot better and a lot faster if you let yourself be supported through it. So go to the website, get your freebies, thatmichellewolf.com, sign up for the newsletter, get the free stuff and unsubscribe. I don't care. Get the free stuff and hang out. I don't send very many newsletters. Go over to the website and book yourself a Human Design Foundation reading, which will give you an enormous amount of information to work with your particular human design. I just found it, and I wish I had that thought. God, why didn't I find this in 2013 when I was even starting my pet blogging? Did y'all know I started as a pet blogger? CaddyshackDesigns.com. Some of you know that. I started writing articles and product reviews and stuff for cats. I was a speaker at Blog Pause. I did a breakout session in Blog Pause conference in Nashville in 2015, I think. Anyway, yeah, I think it was 2015. Doesn't matter. Irrelevant detail. Okay. Let me know if you have questions. info@thatmichellewolf.com, or you can find me on Facebook, facebook.com/MichelleWolf11, or my business page is That Michelle Wolf. Okay, in the meantime, think less, feel more, and I'll talk to you later.